Hey guys, it's me, Wanda D, the Motivational Queen, and welcome to the Winning Evening News. Yes, we are featuring Jada Prince song tonight, so take a listen. Come on in, tell a friend it's time to win. Hashtag Winning Evening News. It's 7 o'clock. Yes. Time for the Winning Evening News. This is sponsored by the Wake Up Winning for Entrepreneur page on Facebook. Please hashtag somebody. Tell them that it's time to win on the Winning Evening News. We got an awesome guest coming to you tonight. We sure do. And if you want to be a part of the Winning Evening News, all you have to do is just inbox me here or send an email to wandad@IamEnough365.com. You're listening to Jada Prince. He's also part of our Wake Up Winning team, part of the Winning Evening News. He is a singer, songwriter, and an actor, and also recently become a full-time entrepreneur. Please like, invite, and share. Thank you, Laquel, for sharing the Winning Evening News. The name of the song is Questions. Yes. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Come on in the room. Come on in, tell a friend it's time to win. And before I bring on my very special guest, let me just tell you, today has been one of them beautiful, beautiful days. Why? Because we woke up winning, and we always know that it's time to celebrate anytime that we wake up winning. Laquel says, hello, everyone. Hello, darling. Hello, hello, hello. Yeah, so do me a favor. I'm going to share this out to some groups so they'll know that we're on. Facebook is really playing a trick on us here. But you know what? It's okay, because we're going to keep pressing through. We're going to keep coming through to share the positive messages out here. You know, I already said we're going to let them take care of the bad news. We're only trying to bring the good news. And for some strange reason, when you're trying to bring the good news, that's when they try to block you for some strange reason. So we just going to know that they're not going to win. Hey, Dr. Elliott. Let's see. I am I'm trying to figure out something. But anyway, can't do that. So we're just gonna have to do it the way we're gonna do it. Hello, what I walk into? You walked into the winning evening news, darling. This is the winning evening news, and I'm about to bring up my very, very special guest, Miss Psalmist Natasha Jones. I tell you, when I met her was just a few weeks ago. We were hanging out in Florida, the beautiful sunny state of Florida, which I was just taken back by the weather because they was in the pools and all this other kind of stuff. I had just left the cold country of Georgia, but she was the host at this event, and when I tell you, her energy is dynamic, her smile, her charisma. She's beautiful, beautiful. Well, you know what? Let me let y'all be the judge of that. Okay, let me let y'all be the see da 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 da. There she is. Hey,
Hi. Hi.
Summit. So and this queen here, she packs a powerful punch. She does everything. Her own ministry. She's spreading the good news. She's taking care of beautiful children. She's a graphic designer, songwriter, plays the drums. She sings. Is there anything you don't do, Samus?
Electrical work.
That's the
I
only thing.
detail cars too.
Oh my goodness. And she details cars. Well, will
Yeah.
I be? Will I be? I tell you, talking about multiple streams of income. This
Yeah.
is you. We in the right place, y'all. We are definitely in the right place. Looky here. Dr. Elliott is in Facebook jail. He can't make comments.
Oh Lord.
I can't share it to your page for some reason. It wouldn't let me do that. Hey,
Wow.
Miss Nancy Lewis, how are you? So we're just gonna dive in deep. We had decided that we're going to get together and have this conversation and just let people know how you're winning and how they can win. This platform is one of positivity, and I know you also host several platforms that do that. Kingdom building and taking care of the spreading the good news. Can
That's
we say
right.
spreading the good news?
That's
So,
right.
Samus, tell them some more about yourself and what brought you into the passion of doing what you do.
Well, I am Psalmist Natasha Jones, and like she stated, all the credentials or accolades or whatever. And what brought me to this passion is because I grew up. I wasn't very wealthy. I didn't have a lot of money, but I had a lot of gifts and I had a lot of talent. So growing up like that made me even more passionate about trying to discover who I was because if you're not born, into a family of wealth and have all the accessible things at hand, then at a young child, I became to be cultivated by expressing my gifts. I used to get in trouble on the school bus just for singing. I got in trouble in class for singing. And recess time, I was the one that wanted to get together with a choir. I didn't want to play kickball. I didn't want to play softball. I wanted to sing. So I knew I was onto something. Even it started, when I was in daycare. I was in talent shows and all that kind of stuff. So I began to discover, that I actually had a gift, that it was something special from God. And that really cultivated me into my purpose and passion is because through worship, through music, through expressions, through being intimate, telling a story, a lot of
Wow.
people get breakthroughs, they get deliverance, they get miracles and things happen when they can just feel that commune between you and God and what you're passionate about. Because sometimes that's all it takes if you feeling down, is a simple song or the words or the lyrics or just having that moment to reflect so that you can discover your purpose. So that's why I'm so passionate about people. I'm passionate about their hearts, them coming out of a place of poverty, out of a place of bondage, out of a place of feeling like they have to be in such captivity when God has given us such free course. He has given us such territory so we can reign and be prosperous and according to Deuteronomy 8, be a kingdom walking, wealth building people. We are created to build wealth, and there's no excuse as why we can't do it.
That's right. That's right. And you doing it. Because like you said, the only thing you don't do is electrical work.
That's it.
You bring somebody in for that, but other than that, you got it.
I got it.
And you got, and you so you're so beautiful. And I can imagine the way you're training your daughters. Are
Right.
you really? I mean, so tell me what a day in the life of Psalmist Jones looks like. Tell me what that looks
Well, my
like.
my typical day, I get up between 3 and 6 because I'm always on the fourth prayer watch. So, and I know the heavens are open at 3 a.m. So my request, I'm making putting my petitions up to God, my request being made known so things can be activated and released at that moment. I'm covering my children in prayer. I'm covering, the United States, even President Trump, because I believe God's going to do a transformation in him as well, and just covering family and friends, and to about maybe 5:30, 6 o'clock, and then I'm up getting my children ready for school, making sure they have what they need for school, taking the dog out, for lyric, and then I have my 4-year-old, which she's homeschooled. So I make sure she does what she needs to do as far as her academics and her creative learning skills and her building skills. And then I do graphic work. I create logos, also life coach. So I do schedule clients in between that I have mentor different people. So I work that based on that. And then some days, I just, if I don't want to do anything, I take a break and just be with my children. Then by the time I get through with all that, it's about 2:50, and I pick my children up. And then, I have time the rest of the day with them, make sure, they have what they need. So,
Wow. Wow. Y'all get all of that. Y'all get, I wish I had my bell. If I was in the other studio, I would have my bell, because baby Dow, you would be getting all the ringing right now. You mentioned something in the very beginning and talking about that portal. And that's what, and I'm aware of that, that high time, that high
right,
spiritual time, being in that morning. And a lot of people don't realize the importance of that and why that is such a high time to go into meditation and praying.
right.
You want to explain a little bit more about that? Because again, this platform, we're waking up winning. This is the Winning Evening News. And I really feel like it's fitting to help somebody that may want to understand that a little bit better.
Right. Well, there are four prayer watches. There's first, second, third, and fourth, and you just have to really commune with God in your normal prayer time as to what watch are you on. Because if you're disturbed, just like me, from 3 to 6 o'clock, that's normally when He wakes me up. And how some people be waking up at 2:30 or 1 o'clock. I'm like, dang, why I can't go back to sleep? Sometimes that's an urgency. He's trying to get you up for something, and normally he wants to release something to you, or wants you to pray for something at the moment, or get in your word. So, and like between 3 and 6, like I said, 3 o'clock, the portals are open. So, and the enemy, guess what the devil is doing between 3 and 6 o'clock? He's chilling. He ain't doing nothing. He sleeps. You know what I'm saying? He sleeps, but God doesn't sleep. So in that moment, that's when you can put your petitions up to God, whatever you want for Him to do for you, and release. And you wait for an answer. You wait for Him to move. You don't move on your own behalf and try to do it ahead of Him, but you do wait for a response from Him. And He gives you divine instructions. He gives us strategies, concepts. Those are some of my most moments where I, get my sermons and stuff and get revelation, because I'm quiet, but I'm listening to Him, and I'm waiting on, His response to tell me what to do. And then that starts my morning off. Sometimes you don't have to be, hog the bed to 7, 8, 9, 10 o'clock, because the early bird gets the worm, as they say. When you get up early, then you get your blood to flowing, you get your mind to flowing, and it creates the day for you. You kind of set your atmosphere, you preset your atmosphere for what's is about to come throughout the day. Now, people that sleep in late, I can't do it. It makes me slow. I've tried to do it, and I have no energy. But when I notice, when I'm up and I'm drinking my water and I'm meditating, and I'm worshiping with Him, my whole day is like, it's so phenomenal. I ain't gonna lie to you. It is straight crazy kingdom, and I love it. So
Mhm.
that's just how, that's how I do my day every day.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Vivian, for joining us. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, Belinda. Thank you, my Toya. Thank you, Queens, for coming in this evening. This is the Winning Evening News, and joining me today is Psalmist Jones. She's just sharing with us some of her gifts that she's building on and building her wealth and her multiple streams of income. So tell me, how did you get into the graphic design business?
I'm the type of person, I'm very I like a challenge. And I was wondering one day, I was like, with branding and marketing, I was just nosy about it. Like, what's up with branding and marketing, and why is it so important? I was just sitting at home one day, and God began to allow me to direct my attention to my phone. He says every gift that you have is inside of you. He says you can be your own graphic designer, you can be your own person that brand and market and help other people. So I became interested in graphic design because I saw where so many people needs to be branded and marketed, and they need things done, but they don't have the resources, they don't have the money, and it's too expensive. Well, the way God has set me up and blessed me to be a careful investor to help people be cost effective. So my prices are not outrageous. Stuff is not even over like $40 for stuff. And sometimes I do it for free. I sow and I invest in other people, because just because they don't have the money don't mean that their dreams or their visions can't manifest. So when you're a servant of the Most High, then that's when I began to get into graphics, because I thought it was so cool not only to be able to brand and market my business and my children's business, but be able to brand and market somebody else's business and actually give them that hope and that dream and that vision that they're looking for, and the strategies that they need, being cost effective at the same time.
Wow. So how long have you been designing graphics and helping people with marketing?
I've been self taught for 2 years. I taught myself how to do it.
Okay, okay, awesome. Now you mentioned your children, they have some businesses as well. Now, what type of businesses do you have them partaking?
I my 15-year-old, she loves baking and she loves photography. She actually does my
Okay.
photos and my pictures for me.
Wow,
So
you have some beautiful pictures too.
yeah,
Okay.
so she's into that, and my 11-year-old, she's into arts and crafts. So she likes to create like beads and bracelets, or she loves to draw. She's very artistic. I believe she can create a whole movie if you just give it to her. And she's always
Mhm.
trying to figure out how stuff works. Like, she takes up pens are loose and pencils are loose, and just gadgets, and she makes things. She creates other stuff with pieces of things. So that's
Okay.
that's what she loves to do, creativity. And Ava, she's into fashion. So I've actually started working on her a clothing line. That'll be
Hmm.
released soon, because I do sew. I learned that from my mom. So
Okay. Yeah. And it's funny you say that your mom, I know our gifts are also passed down from our ancestors. And
hmm
like with my kids, with my son, he's a great cook. And that's like one side of my family, they're all cooks.
right,
They cook, 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 cook. And he's one to get in the kitchen and kind of whip up something, and create something. And that's amazing, because all of our gifts, and I remember talking to somebody, this was a while back, and it's like this, we think we're self-taught, but we're not really self-taught. That's really inherited in our DNA. The things that we learned is something that was in our, kind of like in our gene pool, and
it
it
is.
just started manifesting through you, which you thinking, oh, I'm self-taught, but like, no, that was great great granddaddy that used to do that, or or great great grandmama or something like that. That was Aunt Josie that was the singer, and that loved to sing. So
Right,
it's just a beautiful thing that you can express yourself
right.
through your gifts and build wealth, and also teach your children. You mentioned that you homeschool your little one, your 4-year old. Now what's your girls' names? What's
Ava is 4-year-old. Lyric, I named her after music because I like music. Her name is Lyric. She's 11, and Lacey, she's 15.
Okay, and you have an angel. You have
Yeah,
you have
Ava. Yeah, her name is Ava.
Ava. Okay.
Yeah.
So Ava is the fashionista.
Oh, honey, yeah, she actually has a modeling contract coming up in June, where she has to model for 5 magazine companies in Orlando, Florida. So now she's working
Wow.
on her entrance, her modeling, and she's really self-taught. She doesn't want you to help her with anything. She's, Mama, I got it. That's the attitude she has. She's very, very independent. She started walking at the age of 7 months old.
Wow. I wonder
Seven
where she
months.
get that from.
I don't have a clue. Probably me. She never crawled. She never took a binky. So we noticed some things when she was younger. She was very, very advanced. For even her doctors was like in awe. Like she's too fast for her age, and that's just how she's set up. She's like a baby
Wow.
genius.
Wow. Jaquila is joining us. Jaquila, I was talking about your book earlier today. Here's Jaquila's book.
Yes.
She's watching. She's watching another one of our sisters from She Exists. So y'all make
Right.
sure y'all go out and get her book. Um, that's beautiful when you can connect with your girls and show them what independence look like, show them what trusting in God looks like, and really set by example. Now, was there any time that it was kind of you were being pulled in different directions for what was true and what you should do? Was there any time during this course of raising your children that you struggle with?
Oh, it was so many times I struggled with identity, like purpose, because you do want to be there for your children, but you don't want to lose yourself. And a lot of parents lose themselves trying to raise their children. They put their purposes and their gifts and talents on the back burner, and some of them never even come back to them. It's just because
Mm-hmm.
time has wasted away, and they've raised their children, and it's like, what do I do next? So it was a struggle for me. Do I give up me, or do I learn how to embrace me and balance it with my children as a single
Mm-hmm.
parent? And that's what I began to do, to learn how to balance the two of being me, still being a prophet, whatever you want to call it, and still being able to raise my children and help them activate their gifts, as well as me walking my purpose at the same time. It's all about balance, and it's all about having strategy and having concept, and really writing a vision, putting it in front of you,
Mm-hmm.
and every
Making it
day you're
plain.
making it plain, you're executing. Just like I write down the night before, like if I want to go to do laundry or take my children here, I write that down for the day. And when I master it, I check it off. I don't consume more, I don't put more on my plate than what I need to. I focus what's on my own plate for that day. I don't worry up too much in advance, because it causes stress and anxiety, because we don't worry about tomorrow, because tomorrow is supposed to take care of itself. So right
That's
now,
right.
today, did I master what I'm supposed to do today? If I checked all that off, then by the end of the day, 3, 4 o'clock, I'm done. The rest of my
Mm-hmm.
day, my children, and that's it. Because I can't be so consumed and so busy like Mary and Martha in the Bible. Can't be so busy like Martha until I'm busy doing nothing, instead of being busy being productive with the time space that I do have. Because it's
Right.
more than me. It's me and my children, and then
Right.
me and helping other people.
Right. Right. You mentioned that. I think that's what so a lot of times what brings on stress is thinking too far ahead.
That's
People can
right.
live too far in the future and
Yes.
forget the present moment. I always say that, the gift is in the present moment.
Right.
Wherever you are, you can't be thinking about leaving where you supposed to be at right now, thinking about,
Right.
hey, what am I going to do, next week? I mean, you got to let next week come and take care of
That's right.
itself. And you have to be, because you miss, if you're thinking about tomorrow, then you missing the what y'all doing today. Like if you're sitting at the dinner table eating, and you'll miss the conversations because you're
Right.
too busy thinking about, the conversation that you missed out on, or something that I was supposed to do that. It's like, it's okay. I
Right.
think that people also have a hard time with forgiveness, but more so forgiving themselves.
That's right.
And
That's
I know as a mother, we tend to kind of suffer that the most, because we want to, be, I don't know, be everything to everyone, and especially to our children. What has been some of the tips that you can share with us on how to work that forgiveness piece? I mean, what do you do? Because I hear you say a lot of stuff, and I'm just loving it. I hope they taking notes, because I know I am. In the fact that of setting your day up and kind of like releasing what didn't work, and how do you handle when you don't master everything? How do you handle that at the end of the day?
the way I handle it is, you fail to succeed. And I tell
Awesome.
myself that every day. You fail so that you can have success. Because how will you ever succeed at something if you don't fail at it?
Awesome.
And you
Awesome.
have to accept the concept. I mean, accept the fact that I'm not perfect. I'm flawed with favor. Yeah, I'm gonna make mistakes along the way, but I don't
Hmm.
stay there. I don't have a pity party about it. I access it at the moment. What areas what came up short, put it like that, because I don't like the word fail. I hate that because some people just stay there and cry about it. But
And
when
don't
you
get up.
yeah, and don't get up, that's how anxiety and depression sets in, and suicidal thoughts and all this kind of stuff. But when you realize, I missed the mark, so how can I re-strategize and refocus and get back on track so that the next time I am in execution state, I'm not in excuse stage, if that makes
Right.
any sense. You
Right.
want to
It
move
makes
from excuses to execution.
absolutely from y'all better write that down from excuses to execution because it's
Right,
all about the plan and trying to stay diligent and staying consistent to the plan.
right.
We were doing our lesson, and I'm get your idea on that, or basically your nuggets. So starting last week, we were talking about consistency in the group, the
Mhm.
power of consistency. And I know just off the top, I know that you have something to share with us on that power of consistency. It's very critical. And like I was saying last week and this week as well, we're all consistent. We're just consistent in wrong areas. Some
Right.
of the areas we're not as fruitful in. So, how do you gauge being consistent, and how do you choose what areas you want to be consistent in?
With me, I have something called top three, and it's the top three things that's I'm passionate about, and that I'm going to see a return on my investment. Because I don't want to never try to invest in something that's going to waste my time, and I could have been doing something else. So I'm saying, so I have
Mm-hmm.
the top three things which I'm focused on, which are number one is God and foremost, and my children and ministry. Then I have business that's kind of in the middle, and then I have being a life coach and music and all of that. That's my third thing. So for me to remain consistent, my mindset has to be focused. I can't have clutter. I can't have negative vibes. I can't have people that are not faith-based friends and faith-based. My circle can't be people of little faith, because every day of my life, I haven't clocked in a 9 to 5 in 4 years. I'm nine to favor. God took me to nine to favor because I said yes to something that I could not see. That's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Can people say yes to something that they can't see? And I couldn't
Mm-hmm.
see it with the natural eye, but my spiritual eye, I'm always very like, I want to master goals, and I have a urgency to keep going. I don't want to give up, and if I do try to give up, I want to have that person or that circle there to push me to
Right.
consistency, because if you're not consistent, you will not sustain. You will
That's
not
right.
have sustainability if you don't know how to get in there no matter what. The race is not given to the swift nor to the strong, but can you endure until the end? It don't matter
That's
what
right.
pace you're going at as long as you're going.
That's right.
It
That's
don't
right.
matter how fast you're going as long as you're still moving and not at a place of stagnation trying to figure out, if and even if you do get to the place of you have to halt for a minute and just refocus. That's it. Don't quit,
Mm-hmm.
but just refocus. Just like if your vision was off, you go to the eye doctor, guess what they're gonna do to your sight? They're gonna
Mm-hmm.
refocus you. They're not gonna take your eyes out unless you got some kind of disease or something of that nature.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
they're gonna refocus your vision. They're going to give you some more eyewear, something. They're not going to tell you, oh, you might as well give up and be blind. No, we're going to help
Right.
fix that. So that's just
Right.
like being consistent. We're going to help fix the consistency. And even when I'm talking to my clients, the first day that I have a client, I talk to them. I say, I'll hear everything you got to say. And I listen and I listen. I'm slow to speak and I'm quick to listen. That's the word of the Lord. But that second day, we need to be talking about solutions.
Yeah, that's
That
right.
second day, I heard you all the first day. I'll let you have it. But that second day, let's talk about how we're gonna fix what you just got through talking about. The only
Mm-hmm.
way to remain consistent is to change the way you think so that you can change your life. If you
That's
change
right.
your thought pattern and the way we look at things, we can't look at things with a false perception out of our emotions, but we have to look out of purpose. We have to look out of purpose and look out of the mantles that we carry. Because if you look out your emotions, you will never do what God has for you to do in your purpose.
That's right. That's right. Well, you got some great comments here. I love Vivian. She's writing notes as you speaking. She's writing notes. And BJ, thanks for watching, BJ. And Janelle Harris is in the building. Hey,
Yeah.
Queen. Hey, Queen. And so just to recap what Thomas just said, Vivian wrote the power of consistency. Then she wrote top three, and she wrote focus and faith. Janelle said beautiful. She said queen. She said yes. And never, I think it was never take them eyes out.
Right.
Consistency and talking about solutions. And yes, look out of purpose. And that's what we have to do. And that's what this group is all about. It's all about us, one helping the other, and I see so much in our community of the steal crab in the barrel mentality. And I
Right.
think that is just that's just that lower vibration, the fear. People are basing their life out of a lot of fear. How do you, and I know you doing one child at is home, your baby is your homeschooling. Now how do you help your girls stay balance with going out into the world and then coming home where mama is the smart one, she like can talk that talk and she's walking that walk, but how do you talk to your kids and let them know that's untruth out there, that looks so normal, because
Yeah.
because let's face it, our some of our standards have dropped so low to what we look at, we accept it now as the normal, but it shouldn't be the normal. It
Right.
really should be abolished. So
Right.
how do you help, and I feel like this is a needed, I need you to answer this because you are a young mother, a wise mother, a woman of mighty faith. And I see a lot of girls that just run amok, and they have the right stuff at home, but then when they go out into that world, they just get so confused and bogged down.
Right. For one, I think with my children, and I'm going to use them, for example, they already have the cultivation and the nurturing part. So when they go to school, they already know, how they're supposed to act, how they're supposed to carry themselves. And even, with my children, they don't ever want to try to make me disappointed or, bring shame to stuff. So I always tell them, that you are not what people say you are. You don't answer to what people say you are. You have to know your own identity. And I teach them that, because if you don't know who you are, then the world will create an identity for you. Your friends will create an identity for you. So before you go to those schools, you have to understand that you are the light of the earth. And if you are a light in a room, then you go into a dark room. What does the light do?
Come on
What
now.
does that light do? It illuminates and it shines
Illuminate.
on the darkness. I said, so you don't have to blend in with them, but when you stand out and be the light, guess what a light does? Light attracts.
Mm-hmm.
Light attracts. So you can be the
Mm-hmm.
thermostat that sets the atmosphere for your whole school. You don't have to do what everybody else is doing when your purpose is not what everybody else's purpose is.
So basically what you're telling me is you're raising leaders. You're
Right.
letting them know the truth up front, that they don't have to fit in, that they don't have to conform to 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 what they say and what they do. And you say, who are they? They don't even have to worry about that. And I think that's a beautiful thing. When I was coming up, we had a thing called debutantes that we did. And matter of fact, it was so funny because Facebook is amazing, and I ran into my debutante instructor when I was like 16 in the church, and she was I found her on Facebook, and it was like, oh my goodness, Karen. And now we're both, you know, adults, but of course she's older than me. She was then, but she looks beautiful. I can't even tell. We look, like the same age, but I think programs like that is what's really needed more in our, in our schools and outside of our schools, because there's just so many young ladies that walk around and don't have that identity straightened out,
Right.
you
Mm-hmm.
know and when you think about the whole village raising experience, the fact that your daughters are able to be those leaders and can possibly rub off on the kids that they're hanging around with. But I just really feel like we should be doing more, like
Right.
inside the schools, because um I don't know, it's just sad,
It
when you
is.
look at it. And I know my grandson comes home and it's like all of the little girls are the ones fighting.
Right.
New girl came to school and he said that she was hitting his chair, and he said, "Will you stop hitting my chair?" And she said, "Make me."
Right.
You
And
know.
a lot of that stuff, to be honest with you, it originates from home. So whatever you do at home, you have to be an example to your
Oh
children.
yeah.
It reflects off of, what you teaching them. How are you responding to situations? Do they see you on the telephone gossiping, talking to people? Guess what they gonna do? They gonna get on their telephones, talking, gossip, and talk about people too. So I have to be very, very sensitive and mindful as to if I am being a leader and if I'm rating leaders.
Hmm.
Leaders create other leaders. Even though they're my children, they are still leaders. They are still
Right.
leaders. We have a lot of followers, but we don't have a lot of leaders.
We don't, and we
We don't have a
definitely
lot of
need.
leaders. And you
I
don't
just
have to wait till you're grown to be an
to be a
entrepreneur. You
leader,
can start and
right?
be a leader now when you're young. You can be, an example of what this is what youthfulhood is. This is what it means to embrace your youthfulness and to be able to sow into your youthfulhood. See, when I was younger, I didn't understand that because I didn't have in-depth teaching as I do now of where I am in God now. Now I had to go through all of that pruning and stripping so that my children don't have to suffer for what I went through. And it
Hmm.
like it broke the curse. It stopped with me so it doesn't pass off to them.
Wow, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. They like I think me and Janelle said wow at the same time. I looked down at my phone and she was saying wow too. She said great stuff. Listen, okay, so what is a I know I was reading your bios and you do a lot in ministry. What are some of the, and you sing, you say when you need to jump on the drums, you jump on the drums. If you need to, carry the song, you sing the song. So we can basically say that you have your hands full and into a lot of stuff. But going into the holidays, how do y'all celebrate the holidays and what are you looking forward to in 2020?
With the holidays, since I have them 24 hours, 365, 7 days a week, I allow holidays to be with their father, because we are divorced. And I allow that, spend time with them. Like they get out of school Friday. I told them, look, you out of school Friday, you can go chill out with your grandma and your dad and come back when school gets ready to start. And I'm cool with that because I don't want them to lose, their relationships or feel like, just a certain day I got to be with mom. You know what I'm saying? It shouldn't be like that because every
Mm-hmm.
day to me is a holiday. Every day is a day of celebration because we're amongst the living and not amongst the dead. So it's not a big thing that, oh, I got to have you on Christmas. I got to have you. I'm not with all that. Like, look, I have you all the time, so go spend some time with your people. And I'm cool with that.
Okay. So what will you
I'm
be
cool with that.
doing when the girls you have your
I'm gonna be resting, relaxation, R. I'm gonna be resting, relaxation. I'm gonna be enjoying myself, and just embracing every moment, making every moment count, and enjoying who I am, and just having
Okay.
that time to reflect on, who I am, who God created me to be. What does it mean to be thankful, and I'm always strategizing. I'm always coming up with concepts and different things. How can I change and help the masses change? How can I help a life today? How can I pour into somebody else? Because it ain't always about me. I'm always thinking about other people, even though I'm on my break, but I'm still trying to figure out what can I do to help somebody else.
Absolutely. Because
I'm still
people like you, you're a visionary, so you're not
I
gonna
can't
ever
help
shut
it.
down.
Yeah,
Right,
I can't
right.
help it. So, but in 2020, I'm getting ready for the Love and Worship Tour Expo. I just
Okay.
partnered with Kingdom Music Project out of Atlanta, Georgia, under the direction of Ike Wilson. He's an amazing gospel artist. He's the new founding radio personality of 94.9, the Just Music Show. So, and we're getting ready to do tour all next year. We're going from state to state to state, and we're giving gospel artists that are undiscovered. We're giving them a chance and a platform for them to be able to worship freely without feeling like they got to be a major quote unquote artist to be heard. We're trying to give the people that they look over a chance to, to really present their gifts unto the Lord and to people to help change the masses. Because it ain't always about how great your name is. You can have a great name, but no anointing. You can have a great
Mhm.
name, but can't break the yokes. You can have a great name, but not shake the nations or make have an impact, but you up there infecting people. That's the difference.
Right.
So that's what we're getting ready to do from state to state. We're gonna bring it to Mobile. We're going to Atlanta. We're going to all different places next year. Getting ready for that. Also, I'm getting ready for my journal to be released, which is from Broken to Breakthrough. That'll be released in January, and also my
Okay.
30-day devotional will be getting ready to release, and it's called Kingdom Beauty, Divine Insight on Discovering Who Am I. We have
Okay.
to understand who we are. So that's what I'm working on for 2020, and also I'm working on a Kingdom Recovery small group for people that are addicts, and it's not drug addicts, but it's other addictions. Some people are addicted to lying. Some people are addicted to suicidal thoughts. Some people are addicted to depression. So we're going to develop this small group. That way we can branch out and have different conferences for them so they can get the resources and things that they need to know they can come from a state of desperation to a state of deliverance.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, Queen, I just want to say I have so enjoyed my time with you. And okay, well hold on, sweet love cakes, okay? So I have enjoyed my time. Tell them again how to reach you. And now you are, if y'all coming in, y'all have to go back and watch the replay because it was on the talk was on fire. Fire. So tell them how to reach you and how to get in touch with you in the best I would say some of your handles, how to follow you, give them all of that. Give them all
Right.
of that.
Well, I'm not complicated. I'm just like Jesus, not complicated. So I only have social media. It's Facebook, which is Psalmist Jones, and parentheses it'll have Prophetess Natasha Jones, and Instagram is Psalmist Jones, and that's the only two sites that I'm on at the moment. That God has me using as a major platform for the marketplace ministry.
Okay. Okay. That's great. Now, do you have a website?
I don't have it up yet. No, I don't have a
Okay.
website.
All right. So, but and she's also so if y'all want to stay connected with her, what's now when does your show come out?
Kingdom Purpose Talk launches back in January because I've been on a 3 month sabbatical. Because God
Okay.
has been giving me, He's resetting me and giving me fresh revelation, fresh things for right now season. Because you don't never want to go into a new season with an old season mindset and strategies. It won't work. You have to
So
know what.
yeah, so the so you're gonna start that back up in January?
Yeah,
And
it'll
will
be
it
launched
what
on New Year's Day.
New Year's Day? Okay, great. And is that gonna be on Facebook?
It'll be Facebook on my page Wednesdays at 12 noon
When
Central
so
Time.
y'all
That's Central Time.
y'all write that down. Wednesdays 12 noon, January 1st,
Right,
correct?
right.
Y'all got that? January 1st. Please check out Psalmist Jones. I love you, Queen. I
I
love
love.
you. I'm just so honored. Look, somebody say take care of Princess Addie. Trust me, Vivian, Princess Addie is always being taken care of. That you don't have to worry about. So I
Right.
want you to just leave our people with the last word. Give them a last word of encouragement.
Well, I'm gonna give him a last word out of my devotional here. It's 2 pages, day 25 and day 26. Day 25 says you have the right to be free in who you are. You have the right to be free. Nobody can take that from you. It says don't live your life in fear that you're not good enough, you're not pretty enough. You have every right because you are fearfully and wonderfully made by the best creator only, the God Almighty. And then day 26 says, brokenness in beauty activates healing in the believer. Brokenness in beauty activates healing in the believer. And at the bottom, for your encouragement says, get to that place today where you no longer are guarding your brokenness, but you're trusting God with your brokenness. Trust God to lead you on this amazing spiritual beauty walk, which allows you to be open to the right ones God will place in your life. So in order
Yes,
to be able to embrace, the and to understand the difference between a God sent and a counterfeit, you have to be healed in certain areas, and that way you're not allowing people to come in and to contaminate your anointing or to contaminate your gift that you have and pour in toxic things that's going to try to detour you from your destiny. So the only way to get to your destiny, you cannot procrastinate, because procrastination is the assassination to your destination.
that's right. Amen. 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 And yes, you have the right to be free. They taking all kind of notes. They taking all kind of notes. Yes, thank you, Janelle. Thank you. Freedom plus freedom equals freedom.
Nothing but freedom, honey.
Nothing but freedom. Well,
That's
Queen,
it.
again, I want to thank you for coming on to the winning evening news, because all we
Yes,
do is win, and we helping other people win just the same. So you
that's right.
take care of yourself, take care of your beautiful girls.
Well,
All the peace and love will be surrounded in you, and I just see you going high, high, and higher on higher to the next level. And I can't wait to see you again, because
I
I'll be in
know.
Alabama soon. We're gonna come over there and do a wake up winning call.
Yes, I would love that. A conference or something, do a seminar, it don't even matter. I have a work the runway mentorship and fashion exposition that will launch in March. So that would be good to have. And it's not a fashion expo as in modeling clothing, but we're modeling our mantles and our gifts that we carry down the runway. So you're gonna work the runway with the wake up winning Wanda. We're gonna work the runway with
We
that.
gonna work the runway. Ashe.
Yeah,
Yes, thank you so much. So you take care, Queen, okay?
I will.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. Bye bye.
Bye bye. So, listen, guys, I just want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight. You know, you heard from the beautiful, dynamic Psalmist Jones. We are here winning every Wednesday. This is the Winning Evening News, sponsored to you by the Wake Up Winning for Entrepreneur Group. So, make sure that you tune in. Look at here. Look, you told me you wasn't getting on the camera today. And this is Addison. In case y'all don't know, I can't stop her. She's out. You know, she does her own thing. So just keep coming back, and we love you. Tell the people bye bye. Say no. Look at them. Say bye bye. You all take care. Follow us on Facebook, and also go check out the website IamEnough365.com. We love you, and there's absolutely nothing you can do about it. Peace and bye for now. And I really want a boom. You want a boom? Yeah.